Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Dear viewers, this is our second session, and as I promised, this time we will discuss the articles of faith. So, as a Muslim, we believe in one God, and this is the first faith. He is supreme, He is eternal, He is infinite, He is mighty, He is merciful and compassionate. He has no father, no mother, no son, no daughter. He never fathered anyone, and he was never fathered. And this is very important distinction of the other gods, other beliefs. So only one God, no companions. The second belief, or the second article, is Muslims believe in angels. And angels, they are special creation, God's creation. They are spiritual beings. They are invisible to the eye, naked eye. They are created for special reasons. First one is to worship God. They have no desires. They don't eat, they don't drink, they don't sleep. It's a continuing service of the Lord and worships. And we know some of them that it was revealed in the Quran, like Jibreel. He was the messenger between the prophets and God. He brings the message. With the exception of Moses, he's the only one talked to God directly. The other prophets had Jibreel pass the word to them, back and forth between them and God. We know Israfil. He's the one who will announce the afterlife. We know there is one in charge of the mountains, one in charge of the rain. We know each individual, each person has been assigned two angels, one on the left shoulder, one on the right shoulder, to write the good deeds and the bad deeds. So they are in continual evolution. They are in continual work or obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The third one, we believe in scriptures and books, and we talked some of them yesterday. They are like Abraham's scrolls, Psalms of David, Torah of Moses, and the Bible for Jesus, and the Quran for Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, these books were authentic when they were revealed to the prophets. However, God in His wisdom entrusted the safeguarding to the followers. And what happened after the prophet died? The followers changed these books to suit them, their purposes, and they think it's because of time it changes. They need to change these books. So they were blown out of context. They are not valid anymore. We're talking about the original. It's not existent. There are some books, but it's been tampered with. It's been rewritten. For example, if we talk about the Bible, there's 4 or 5 different Bibles, and if you want to talk about a certain subject, you will find the subject in a different chapter, and different chapter, or you never find them in the same chapter and the same page, maybe, except the Quran. because Muhammad ﷺ was the last messenger, there will not be another messenger after him. There will not be another book. So God, with His wisdom, saved or took it to save the book Himself. وَإِنَّا نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. We have descended the Quran, which is the dhikr is one of the names of the Quran, and we will safeguard it. So we are confident the Quran that was revealed 1400 years ago, still the exact same book, word for word. And for example, Muslims that spread around the world, if you bring one Quran from different country and you look at it, you'll find the exact Quran, the exact sentences, the exact pages never change. And the Quran also is a miracle because the Arabs they spoke clearly. So the miracle was the Quran, and it's one of the miracles. It could be memorized even by children as of today. Some of the children memorize the whole Quran from beginning, which is not applicable in the other scriptures. You'll find the preacher, every time you ask him something, he opens the book and look at the page and the chapter. But in the Quran, it's memorized. Or it's the same exact word for word. It's never changed. Because of the promise that Allah will safeguard it, and it's safeguarded. Now these are the books, as we talked about. We also believe in prophets and messengers from God, from Adam down. And we have no discrimination against none of them. They are all true. They were sent by God. They have passed the proper word. However, followers after that took other routes or other ways. Some of them is Adam was a prophet. It was mentioned in the Quran about 25 of them by name, but we know there is more than 340, something like this. So they are all true, and we have no discrimination against them. We respect them, and we know they are correct in their word. Of course, the last one is Muhammad. After Noah, Abraham, Jacob, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, peace be on him, peace be on him all, as we say. And Muhammad, peace be on him, was the last one, and he entrusted the continuation of his religion to the followers. So that's what we are doing. We're passing the word because there is no other prophet. Okay, we are doing a prophet job by sending the word to the whole world. So we will be asked, we know we will be asked one day, how come you did not pass the word? And we are doing it, and most of the scholars, the Islamic scholars, are doing it all over the world. And it's, some is recorded, some is not recorded. But you'll find a lot of information about Islam as you look for it. The fifth one is, of course, Day of Judgment, and that's the day when every human or animal or anything will rise up from death and be judged and be given the right judgment for his actions, whether his good deeds and he will go to heaven, or bad deeds and he will go to hell and maybe spend some time and come back to heaven. We don't. This is in the later date, and most of the non-believers say, how come I don't see my father or grandfather or grandfather? They are. This day is certain. Everybody will be dead before that day, and everybody will rise. The last one of the faiths is the destiny. Okay, and we call it qada wa qadar. Okay, your destiny, and you have a destiny from childhood or since you were conceived until you die. It's all known by God's will and by God's wisdom. Sometimes people say, well, I missed my flight, for instance. I will sue the company, I will do this. And while he's talking about it, a few minutes later, the plane crashed. So in God's wisdom, this guy was not his time, so he was not with this airplane or with the people who died in that airplane. So you should not be sorry if you miss something. Have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He knows what's right for us. We don't. We act on the moment feelings, but He knows with His wide wisdom what's good for us in the long run. This is the end of this session. Alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah.